What up, guys? Coach Vassar. Thank you for joining me with OTF Auto Daily Beats. As always, if you're new, appreciate you tuning in, listening to me ramble about these workouts. If you find value in them, information is in the description of the video below to support me. If you have any feedback, please let me know what's on your mind. We're going to break down Friday, November 7th. This will also repeat on Sunday, the 23rd. It's labeled as an ESP 30-30, but when you really look at it, it's more of like an endurance power day. There's really not much strength involved if done correctly. But besides the point, we'll talk about the 2G, talk about the 3G, key concepts, and then going on out of here. So today for the treads, we start by bumping up your push in the endurance blocks, increase your all-outs in the power blocks, rinse and repeat. On the rower, every time you hop on, it's a 200-meter all-out row, short, fast, that tests your power. On the floor, we have BOSU work to build strength and control in the endurance blocks, then turn it into explosiveness in the power blocks. So yes, BOSUs are going to be out, and we're using dumbbells. So on the tread side, we're going to see blocks 1 and 3, repeat, 2 and 4, repeat. All right, so whatever we do in blocks 1, could we match what we do in terms of either the intensities or how it feels. So block 1, we're going to increase your push intensity. On the repeat, we have a 3-minute push, 1-minute base. 90 push, 1-minute base, 1 minute all out. Knowing that we cut the push in half, we should be able to increase 0.1 or more on that speed. Power walkers add 1 to 2% or more over what they did prior. Okay, so power walkers, they recommend at least 4% incline or greater. Joggers and runners, keep them at least 1 up to maybe 1.5 over their base. We should typically see that, high green, orange heart rate response about 90 seconds to 2 minutes into that 3-minute effort. And then they have a 1-minute base on the other side. 90-second push, they do recommend power walkers going up to a 6% incline. So a good way to coach this is, hey, can we go at least 2% higher, right? And then for joggers and runners, can we add 0.1 or more? Knowing that it is shorter, we should see very similar heart rate response since they only had 1 minute to recover in between, right? So a nice little ebb and flow for that. They finished with a 1-minute all out, and we want to remember the intensity that we used. Okay. Now, whatever they did for that 1-minute all out, they'll start block 2 with that, with a 1-minute all out, 45 walk, and then try to increase it as they then do a 30-second all out. All right. Now, when we go to block 3, it's a repeat of block 1. So same thing, 3-minute push, 1-minute base, 90 push, 1-minute base, 1 minute all out. Now, even though it's a repeat, make adjustments. If they could do the same thing, great, right? If they could improve, even better. If they were way too aggressive and they struggled, it's okay to pull back, set new intensities for them to try to match your beat in block 4. And then block 4 is a repeat of 2. So whatever they did, block 3 is all out. We'll start with that, 45 walk, and then a 30 all out to close it out. Now on the weight floor, block 1 will be using the floor and the rower. Same with block 3, and then block 2 is just, and block 4 is just at the weight floor. Now, as I mentioned in the key concepts, they're going to be building strength with stability, but when you look at it, it's really high rep, nonstop, back-to-back. So it's very much endurance focused right from the get-go. So ideally, members are going to be using more of a lighter to moderate weight choice, more so than heavier. We're going to do a bridge hold to dumbbell chest fly, feet are on the BOSU for 8 reps. So hips are up, feet are on the BOSU, shoulders are on the ground, they reach out, back up. After they finish that, I would recommend a slightly lighter dumbbell, and they're going to do a bridge hold dumbbell crossbody tricep extension. Now, they are set up in the same way with the feet on the BOSU, the hips are raised up. They'll have one dumbbell. For example, if I have my right arm with the weight, I'm going to hold it so the numbers go out to the side. My free hand will actually be planted on the floor for added stability. As a challenge, they could take the hand off the floor, maybe place it on their hip. The hand that's out, they're going to bend at the elbow, bringing that dumbbell across the body towards the opposite shoulder or pec, and then extend back out. In a perfect world, we want to make sure that we could get that elbow to bend more than 90 to get that big stretch on the tricep and help protect that elbow joint so they don't put a lot of stress on the tendon. Okay? They'll do 8 reps on one side and then switch 8 on the other. Then they finally rest. So that's a lot of strength and endurance through the lower body of keeping that bridge position. So a lot of core, glute, hamstring recruitment, and of course a lot of stabilization through the shoulder while they hit that chest tricep extension after doing chest flies. They will rest. They'll hit that row for a 200-meter all-out row, rinse and repeat. 7.5 minutes here, they'll probably get to maybe 3 rounds, probably actually 2 full rounds, and then a 3rd round of the weight floor. They might not get to that 3rd row attempt, possibly. Okay, there's 75 seconds to get them set up, and then we're going to do a rep and recover sequence here. They're going to have Bosu burpees for 1 minute, count their reps, 45-second rest, and then try to get at least half that number or more with a 30-second burpee count with the Bosu. Okay. Next block, it's going to be back-to-back movements. They're going to be on the half kneel-in single arm low row. So one knee is on the Bosu, the other leg is out in front. They hinge over, they hit that low row, 8 on each side. Then they'll place both knees on the Bosu and then 8 bicep curls. Okay, so same thing, 8 arms on each, 8 curls. Really, that's like 16 reps per arm, very high rep count, a lot more endurance and strength. They'll rest, hit that all-out row, repeat, same thing, 2, maybe 3 rounds. And then now they're going to incorporate some overhead work for the final block. It's a burpee with shoulder press. So once they kick out to that burpee position, they kick their feet back in, they're in that deep squat. They're then going to stand up with that Bosu to the chest. They'll stand up tall, press it overhead, and then all the way back down. How many reps do they get for 1 minute? 45 seconds to catch your breath, and then try to get at least half. And that's the 2G. Now for the 3G, we're going to see block 1-3 matched up, 2-4 matched up on the treads and the rowers. So 4 blocks. Weight floor has just 1 long block. We're going to see a 3-minute push right into a 30-second all-out for block 1 on the treads. And the rowers are also doing that, a 3-minute push into a 30 all-out row. Now, with the treads, we want to remember what they did for that 30-second all-out. We'll use that in block 2. For the rowers, we're actually going to check distance in the total amount for 3.5 minutes. So once again, if you have the older OT Connect version, you won't have that stored program. With the newer ones, you may. So just be aware of that. At the very least, tap new interval, 3.5 minutes. Hey, what was your distance? They'll need that in block 3. Now for block 2, on the treads, whatever the all out was in block 1, we'll use that 30-second all out, 1 minute walk, and then increase on the repeat. So could they go 0.1 higher, 0.5%, or 0.1 faster, 0.5% higher, increase RPMs by 3 to 5. Okay. For the rowers, it's going to be timed up with the treads, and the goal is to, it just says fixed all out with a 1 minute recovery. So hey, 30-second all out row, what was their wattage? Could they match that on the repeat after a 1 minute recovery row? That's block 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 are the exact same thing. Okay. Between each block, you do have a 1 minute recovery, so just be aware of that. Now, on the floor, it is blocks 1 and 2 kind of sandwiched together without, or 1 and 3 without the rowing. So you'll have bridge hold chest fly into the crossbody tricep extension. They'll catch their breath, and then hit 8 Bosu burpees. 2 rounds. And then they'll go into the half kneel and single arm low row, kneel and bicep curl, Bosu burpee with the shoulder press for 2 rounds, and then they'll do all 6 movements as one big block, and then their finisher is Bosu high plank. The hands are on the Bosu, flat side is up, bouncy side down, working on stability there as they try to keep those hips stable and core engaged. And they'll do that for the final 30. All in all, that's going to be their workout. Once again, it's listed as ESP, but definitely more focused on the endurance and power. Strength is sprinkled in with that 8 rep count, but because they're done back to back, it's definitely going to feel more like endurance than strength. We'll see this once again Friday, November 7th, and then I'll repeat on the 23rd. On that, coach it down.